Hello everyone, I'm Mrchrisalf2004 and welcome to my blog for Saturday, May the 5th, 2012. Quite a lot of topics to talk about today, but if you're watching this on the day that I upload it, you'll know that Liverpool, of which I am a fan, have just lost the FA Cup 2-1 to Chelsea, which is a shame, although I thought that Stevie G and the others in the team put up a very good performance. Quite a lot of excellent passing, hardly any instances of the ball being given away. So it was a performance to be proud of, but shame that it was not successful this time around. Now, as you will have noticed at the start of this blog, I tried to advertise my sister's stick and trading card business, Kaz Stuck on You, which is on eBid. And I'm sure that she'll want me to remind you that you can buy the Adrenaline XL Liverpool cards from her website on ebid.net. These are for the 2011 to 2012 season, and 126 cards to collect. I might as well show you briefly what's inside the packet. Yeah, this one's open, so that second one wasn't, but just a shameful ploy briefly to advertise my sister's business. Kaz Stuck on You.ebid.net, and I think I might admit there are straight dashes between the Kaz's Stuck on You, but of course you'll see the address at the end of this blog to remind you. So in this packet there's Donny, who of course had standing for Pepe Reina for a few games recently, and of course got sent off quite embarrassingly. Jesus Fernandez Salas. I'm not sure who he is. I don't think I've seen him playing at the games this season. Daniel Agger, another good performance from him in today's FA Cup final. Luis Suarez, unfortunate not to go onto the scoring sheet today. And Glenn Johnson, a gold card. I believe that they're a bit rare, so I think my sister will be selling them for a more higher price than the other cards, but that's one that might interest you. And Jordan Henderson is also in this pack, so a reminder there for my sister's business, kazastockyou.ebid.net. But as I was saying, disappointing that Liverpool didn't win, but at least we had the Carling Cup victory against Cardiff from here in the season. Of course, I'm blogging from in Cardiff, so I shouldn't say too much about that if I don't get beaten up by the locals here. I'm hoping to be able to go to the Liverpool-Swansea match down at the Liberty Stadium next Sunday. I'm assuming that the Liverpool-based fans might not be travelling all the way down, so an opportunity for me to get in to see a game, which is a rarity, so fingers crossed for that. But do feel free to comment below what you thought of Liverpool's performance in today's game. But when Chelsea lifted the cup and Blue is the colour was playing in the background, I must confess that I got onto YouTube and started playing Suggs' Blue Day, because I thought that that was a good song when it came out back in 1997. But of course, I feel compelled to start reading my copy of an Epic Swindle by Brian Reed, which, as you know, goes into the story of the months where Gillett and Hicks nearly ran the club into the ground financially, but I thought that's quite a good book to read, so I'll be getting on with that at some point, and perhaps I'll blog about that on a later video. Right, on to other topics that have interested me. I'm a bit of an astronomy obsessive. I studied astrophysics in university down the road from here, and obviously there's a lot of budget cutbacks from time to time, and there's one space mission, the LISA mission, which is supposed to be off to detect the gravitational waves, if they exist, that is. I done a project on gravitational waves, and to us I don't think that they exist anyway, but it has been decided that because money is tight, they're going to spend the space mission budget for now on another mission to Jupiter, rather than go off to detect these elusive gravitational waves, and that has created a bit of a stir in the astronomical community. Like some say, oh yes, we should go and analyze what the ices are like on Europa. Perhaps it could be terraformed at a later time when humans wish to leave the Earth. Once the sun starts to turn into a supergiant, and when it becomes impossible to live on the Earth. But others are saying that if the gravitational wave mission were to go ahead, then that would lead to a number of great technological benefits for society. Think about the benefits that the internet and Wi-Fi and all that has brought back to society in recent years. Well, I think that they've been thinking about gravitational waves for many decades now, and that they've set up these big Earth-based interferometers look. They keep saying they need more money to increase the sensitivity of the interferometers. That's why they went a space-based one. But as far as I'm concerned, it's like with the missions to Mars, and they keep saying, we've got some interesting results. We want more money to do more missions to see if we can get any more interesting data. Because they keep on and on with this, and as far as I'm concerned, they get no close to conclusive evidence as to what they are trying to suggest is there. Now, if it was definitely 100% there, then there would be conclusive proof by now. But instead, they say we want more money to get the conclusive proof. So I agree with some in the community that in a tight economic situation that we've got at the moment, the mission to find gravitational waves is not a top priority, as it is more likely to end in the failure to find anything, whereas the mission to Jupiter and its moons, which has been proposed, is obviously going to come up with some data which we already know to be there. There's obviously going to be measurements taken of Europa and other such Galilean moons, which are definitely there, whereas the gravitational wave mission going up to aim to look for gravitational waves which might not be there, and they will know fairly quickly if the gravitational waves are there or not. I understand that the group, particularly based at the Max Planck Institute in Germany, I can't remember whereabouts in Germany it's based, but they've had to make some concessions and modifications to their mission plans to try and encourage the European Space Agency to take their plans further forward, but they've been unsuccessful nonetheless. The LISA mission was going to feature 3 interferometric arms, so to speak, 3 lasers in an arrangement where they're sort of spaced out, and you can supposedly detect the gravitational waves, judging by how long it takes for a signal to pass from one interferometer to the other 2, but they're now being persuaded to axe one of the interferometric arms, so that they just have 2 interferometric arms, but nonetheless it's a rather expensive proposal, and as a result it's not going ahead at the moment. My friend Lee down in room 1 has recently lent me the IT Crowd to watch on DVD. I'm a fan of The Big Bang Theory myself, being from a physics background, but obviously, as you'll know if you're a fan of the IT Crowd, this is about the geeks who work in an IT environment, and I enjoyed it so much that Lee has now let me borrow seasons 2, 3, and 4. I understand from Wikipedia that there's going to be a Christmas special on in December 2012, so I think it's fair to say that he's got me hooked. And one other thing that Lee has perverted me with, so to speak, is the Badoo website. I went onto it at halftime in the FA Cup final, and it now says I have 6 women in the Cardiff area wanted to engage in internet conversation with me. Well, I'm not wearing a picture of myself yet, so maybe there's a bit of a con to it. Perhaps I'll let you know in future video blogs how my communications with the Badoo website will work out. I'm all new to that website. It seems to have a similar layout to Facebook. Now, you'll see from my wall behind me, I've got two things. The wall chucks when the Formula 1 races are on next week. It's going to be the Spanish Grand Prix. I might blog about that, but I understand that there's still a bit of controversy about Nico Rosberg's controversial moves in the Bahrain Grand Prix, which happened, was it 2 weeks ago that Bahrain was? Yes, it was 2 weeks ago. I'm losing track, but I'm also from the IndyCar racing as well. It was a thrilling race in Sao Paulo last weekend, but Fernando Alonso has tweeted that you're going to have dramatic racing following the inactivity of the stewards to do anything about Rosberg's blocking at the Bahrain race. But from what I've read, the stewards say that Rosberg was in the right, because at no point were either Hamilton or Alonso alongside Rosberg on the track. They're trying to come in through the gap where Rosberg was closing the door, thus forcing them off the track. So apparently that's why Rosberg has not been given a penalty, but they say it's a dark area that will need clarification, and Alonso says that this throws the rule book out, and it means that anything is allowed, that you can overtake a drive if you're not on the track, Alonso is implying. So that adds an extra bit of spice to an already dramatic season where the Pirelli tyres have led to practically all except some of the midfield teams having a shot at victory. So it's a very thrilling season so far for those of you who can afford to watch the races on Sky here in the UK. Next weekend is going to be my first race of the season live on the BBC. I've been using the Sky Go monthly ticket through the laptop to see Australia, Malaysia and China on Sky, and then I saw Bahrain as highlights on the BBC. I heard it live through Radio 5 Live. I don't agree with people who criticise the BBC's television highlights of Bahrain. They didn't miss anything out as far as I'm concerned, but I found that the timing screen on the Formula 1 website, FOM of course, I found that that supplemented the radio commentary very well indeed. I might use that later on in the season when the German Grand Prix will be highlights on BBC TV, but too inconvenient to get on Sky Go at that time, so I'll be having that through BBC Radio 5 Live. And then the race after that is the Hungarian Grand Prix, which I am going to watch here in the UK on the BBC iPlayer. It clashes with my trip to the London Olympics, and you see over that side of my wall is my Olympic poster featuring the mascot Wenlock. I'm getting very excited about the Olympics. Seems I'm probably one of only a few people who is given a toss about the Olympics. I know that in the local branch of John Lewis they've got some official Olympic merchandise, such as this London 2012 magnet, and somewhere around here I've got something else. Wenlock mascot pin badge who's dressed up as one of the Queen's Guards, who I've dropped my watch down the side. I'm bear with me for a second. Right. So yeah, although I understand that on the run up to previous Olympics, people were not interested in the merchandise, but they then sold out when the games were on. So that it might be worthwhile for me to buy the merchandise while I can. And getting back, that this completes the full loop of this video blog. I've told you at the start about my sister's stick and train card business, cardsstuckonyou.ebid.net. I told you about the Liverpool collector cards you can get. Well, of course, we've got Euro 2012 coming up soon, and I understand that if you email her through the website, you'll be able to eventually buy, at a very good rate, some stickers for the Premier League Euro 2012 sticker collection, and if you got killer, these are not necessarily going to be for sale, but here's what I got. Up here I got number 12, which is it says here Wasanawa. Well, that might be Warsaw as far as I'm concerned. Number 24, Kiev. Number 61. Well, that's about the Polish players, and the whole range of stickers from the collection here. So most of these will be for sale on the kazstuckonyou.ebid.net website. So it'll take you a bit of time to update the records on the website. So do email here through the kazstuckonyou.ebid.net website for more information on availability, and I will of course keep you posted through YouTube and also my blog Mrchrisalf2004.blogspot.com as to what the current situation is with regards to offers and so on. Right, I think that's all I wish to say for this video blog. Do be my friend on Twitter. I am Mrchrisalf2004. Have I got my piece of paper handy? Yeah, got my piece of paper handy with on here. We are Mrchrisalf2004 on Twitter for your information. Currently on 72 followers. I could do with more followers, but doesn't particularly affect me because I'm only on Twitter, because most other people are on Twitter. No, all a peer pressure type thing. Okay, that's all for this video. And until next time, it's bye for now. Bye bye.
Those are the words of Chris Williams from Pembroke Dock in Wales, the United Kingdom. Well, Chris, you're certainly entitled to your opinions. We appreciate your note. And so that's Chris Williams. From Chris, and he certainly didn't pull any punches.